The Minister of Energy and Public Works, Reuben Blackmore, has indicated that Dominica is moving one step closer in the final stages towards the implementation of night landing on the island. Blackmore told Kairi's Hang program on Monday, or that should be this morning, that Dominica could have lost its civil aviation rating if steps had not been taken to implement night landing.
Every airport is rated, and before the actual physical work of this project started, it was important for us to have done that work to satisfy the requirement of the International Civil Aviation Authority, and insofar as the practices are concerned and the requirements. Okay, and Dominica at the time was what we called, if I can recall, a Category 4 facility, and we could have been downgraded to a Category 3 level. What were the implications, therefore, if that would happen at the time? Okay, what were the implications? It meant, therefore, if we were downgraded to a Category 3 level, it meant, first of all, the Dash 8, Bliat, which we take to go to Barbados, St. Lucia, the airport would have not met the standards for it. It meant also, further, that the American Eagle, which is so vital for the Ross University, a major installation in the country, and for business, and emerited, etc., would not have been able to come to Dominica.
Blackmore says there are a number of mitigating factors which must be considered before such a move could be taken.
In addition to fulfilling the international civil aviation requirement, the government also saw it fit, as we start looking at the whole need for sustainable development as a people, to have our same-day connection, not only to nearby, Hall hubs, etc., but also even beyond. And of course, we also had to ensure that we had the night landing facility in place. Okay, so I want to say to you that all of the lighting of the apron area, and that that has been completed, and so to speak. And of course, and then, but the certification, which means to say, a study had to be undertaken by the person, so somebody with the level of competence to certify, of course, our lights, these have met the standard to facilitate night landing, etc. That started, and of course, we're waiting the report, and then you have to do the publication, okay? The publication to say that, of course, Dominica has met the requirement, okay? And that has to be published, etc. And that's so the planes will decide to come, and we're hoping, based on that, by mid-May, to have to meet that standard so far as night landing is concerned. Okay, so we have to move from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock to 6 to 10 at nights.
That's Minister of Energy and Public Works, Reuben Blackmore. And 8 members of the Dominica Labour Party Margot Constituency Association gathered on the government headquarters compound today, demanding to meet with the Minister of Constituency Empowerment, Ambrose George. Members of the Constituency Association learned that there were intentions to cancel a meeting expected to take place in Margot on Sunday. They were meeting to discuss the internal conflict between member Harold Tyson and Senator Dayton Baptist.
Our concerns remain the same. You read the Senator Baptist, and he not wanting to meet with the people, and we have had concerns before the election and even now, and given the possibility of a by-election in Margot, we need to know what is happening. We need to have a united force in Margot. To be able to, if we have to take the constituency for Labour, we need to do this thing together. We cannot have this segregation, and this is what we need to put an end to, the segregation that seems to be in Margot. And the segregation actually started somewhere on the 10th of August, where we received a letter from Mr. George indicating we should have put the primary election off. And from there, everything seems to be just going down to the gutters. And we are trying to see how we can salvage whatever happened from that point.
Tyson says protest action is not being discussed at this time, but he's not ruling out the possibilities.
There's a scheduled meeting for on Sunday in Marigot where we will be meeting with constituency members, and with a meeting that was held on Sunday last week, Sunday this week, we made some informed decisions already, and we are waiting to iron them out with the minister or whichever party official that is willing to meet and discuss with us. But we believe that this thing is very serious, and we cannot continue to just look at the Marigot situation to be just normal and ignore it and ignore the people, because we have genuine concerns and we need to meet, we need to discuss. We are not going to go to the streets. We refuse to go to the streets to protest and do these things. We are only making a call to the hierarchies, whichever could be the Prime Minister or whoever, the President, whoever is responsible, meet with us. We need to sit down and talk, dialogue.
That's chairman of the DLP Marigot Constituency Association. Baptiste told Kairi News this week that he is meeting with the people this weekend. He refuted claims that he was not representing the people effectively.
We are saying we must...
In other news, leader of the United Workers' Party, Ron Green, has confirmed that the UWP will continue to boycott Parliament despite threats of a by-election. Green made the remarks at the Third People's Parliament in Salisbury last night.
We are saying we must clean the electoral list so that all of us can be satisfied that there are no dead people on the list, there are no repetition of names, it is a clean list. We are saying that we, opposition parties in Dominica, must have fair access to the state-owned media, and there must be a formula derived so that that access can be brought about. And we are saying that there must be adherence to the bribery laws that we have in the law books in Dominica. 4 simple things: ID cards, clean the list, access to state media, and let us adhere to the bribery laws we have in our law books. That simply is the call of the United Workers' Party. That simply is the support that the movement to restore democracy is providing here when we have the People's Parliament. And I call on the people of Salisbury, the people of the West Coast, the people of Dominica, people listening wherever they are listening, to support that call. That is why we are on boycott, and that is why we will stay on boycott.
Leader of the United Workers' Party, Ron Green. Meantime, President of the UWP, Edison James, says Prime Minister Roosevelt's carrot is moving towards a one-party state.
He says that the United Workers' Party action is giving Dominica a bad name with respect to democracy. But if we are giving the country a bad name by staying out of the parliament, you have 18 seats. How much